Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. The Champagne League, baby, is back. The draw has been completed, and we know exactly how we could get to the final. Or at least we think we should know, because we can predict. But let me just read out some of the things that could happen. So, Atalanta, Atletico Madrid, PSG, RB Leipzig are all through to the quarterfinals. Ironically enough, they all picked up each other. PSG have Atalanta, Leipzig have Atletico Madrid. I always thought that wasn't. How did that just happen? Coincidentally, maybe they actually planned for it to happen, but I honestly didn't think all those teams would already be playing each other. But Atalanta's playing PSG, Leipzig's playing Atletico. But now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So Bayern have to play Chelsea last leg at the Allianz Arena, confirmed, verified, baby. And that's going to be a big game still, despite the fact that you could say it's already been won. And then Lyon have to play Juventus. So Juventus are 2-1 down. So Lyon have something to play for. They'll probably just go park the entire freaking city of Paris, man. They're just going to park everything. So Juventus could be knocked out by Lyon. And also, but you have to think, Juventus will stop playing in around August the 1st, so they will have all this energy going into it. They'll have a certain level. They'll have match sharpness. Lyon, they haven't played for 4 months in August, so even 5 months, man. So Lyon and PSG are going to be a huge disadvantage. If Bayern's going to be at a disadvantage, PSG and Lyon are going to be at a big one. And then after Lyon and Juventus, Man City will have to play Real Madrid in Manchester. So City will have a big game right there ahead of them. They're 1-0 up on away goals. Well, not away goals. They're 2-1 up, but they have 2 away goals. So Real Madrid would have to beat City. Well, they can't beat them 1-0 because City would still go through. So Man City are more likely to go through, and I'll be ranking the opponents in a few seconds here. And then Barcelona, Napoli. Honestly, I said it. Napoli is slapping up Barca. There's a lot of Barcelona fans. I mean, Bayern and Barcelona are trending on Twitter right now because of the amount of care people are giving to this game. But in my opinion, I think Napoli, they still have a quite favorable result, right? 1-1, even though they don't have away goals. If they go to the Camp Noah, split between no fans in the middle. Seriously, if they go there and absolutely give them a huge game, then I think, why not? Why not Napoli win? And I want Napoli to win because they're like, I don't know why, but since Carlo, I think when Carlo joined them, I just started watching Napoli because I really like Carlo Ancelotti. Same way I'm watching Everton. I'm a Carlo Ancelotti fan. I really wanted him to succeed. But also quarterfinals. So this is where it gets a little bit trickier. So Atalanta, like I said, will play PSG. Leipzig will play Atletico Madrid. But Bayern Munich could be Bayern or Chelsea. Let's just say Bayern will be playing either Barcelona or Napoli. So that's where we're going to get that from. And then Real Madrid or Manchester City will be playing Lyon or Juventus. So it's, you don't know who's playing who yet, but we can predict. And then I thought the semifinal draw wasn't included in this. I thought it was only the quarterfinal draws, and then the semifinal draws would happen a day after the quarterfinals were over in August. But they did it today, so it's very confusing. So, the winners of Bayern Munich versus Barcelona, Napoli, or Chelsea, those 4 brackets will play Man City, Real Madrid, or Lyon or Juventus. So that's where we get a little bit more complicated. So Bayern, we pretty much know how we could get to the final. We'd have to beat either City, Madrid. It's really crazy. The Europa League happened too. But we know how, we pretty much know or can predict who can be in that semifinal. I think it's going to be City and Bayern in the semifinal. And I'll be ranking the opponents in a few seconds. So let's go. Opponent 5. Man, I think this is probably, I didn't put all of them in, but the top 5, I think 5th, Napoli. I think if they can get past Barcelona, they're probably going to be a very tough opposition to play. Remember, they beat Juventus in a cup final, so they do have a little bit of something about them. So Napoli are going to be extremely tough to play. They have this Gattuso style where they just sit back and counterattack. I don't know. They went from Mauricio Sarri ball, tiki-taka, bang, bang, bang. B-Tech Pep Guardiola with Italian accents. They went from that to just defending for 90 minutes and nicking a goal. So Napoli are going to be tough to play. They went 1-0 up against Barcelona and Griezmann equalized. So I think Napoli is going to be a very tough game to play. A two-leg tie would have been better. No, we hate two-leg ties. I think Bayern dwell better in a one-leg tie. And also, number 4, I'd probably say Juventus. They're probably just as tough as Napoli, in my opinion. The thing with Juventus is every time I watch them, they're so, they're not comfortable in games. Sarri doesn't know anything. Sarri just doesn't have any other plans. And I hate when managers can't have any other plans. Like flexibility in match. Sarri just wants to play the same style. And if it doesn't work, it's over for him. And it's just so weird watching Juventus do, it's funny because, let me get this right. Max Allegri got Juventus to a Champions League final in 2015, I think. And then, I think he was, getting them to semifinals occasionally, right? Year in, year out. But then they sacked him because he couldn't win the Champions League. And then they hired Sarri, who had just won the Europa League and never won any other trophies in his career. So I'm very, very surprised that Juventus got Sarri. Third, I'd say Barcelona. Barca, for me, are... people are writing Barca off, even some Barcelona fans. Don't write your team off. Barcelona are absolutely, they still have the GOAT. Messi's probably the greatest player to ever play. You look at how he moves in the games, he can take one moment and he's won the game for you. But, you always have some confidence that Barcelona defense, their issues with their manager, the tactical inflexibilities in games will take and haunt them. So you always feel like Barcelona are going to be a huge test. Oh, you're so right. That's why I'm so happy. Exactly. Sarri just so one-dimensional. So I just don't understand why Juventus hired him. Also, Barcelona, man, they still have very good players. Of course, good players don't win you these types of cup matches. Good players don't necessarily always win these big games. It's a good system that works fluidly that wins you these matches. And the next opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is Real Madrid. I think Madrid have the players. Absolutely. I think, people are looking at Real Madrid like, what? They're not doing anything. Well, they are first in La Liga. They haven't lost a game for a long time. Real Madrid are back, but, you always wonder, is their squad as gelled enough to win the Champions League? And I don't think so, but they're still number 2 for a list of opponents to face. And Manchester City is last. City have this is what I mean. I was watching City versus Newcastle in the FA Cup. City plays so sexy ball, man. But the thing is, it just takes them one moment and their counterattack breaks. And it's just so similar between Bayern under Pep and Bayern under City. And a lot of people disagree with me on that, but it's the same thing. They can dominate a game for 90 minutes and it's one counterattack and they're out. So for me, Man City are going to be huge freaking favorites for this. But I also think that's where, the whole Hansi Flick system can come in. But this is going to be a tough draw. Everyone, don't be cocky about Davies. Come on. We have to be cocky about Alphonso Davies. He's the best left back of all time. They're not very clinical. They miss a lot of chances. I don't think that's their problem. I think, it depends on what you see. But Man City are our biggest opponent, second by Real Madrid, Barcelona. Napoli's there, and also Juventus are in there. It's going to be a big, tough ask for Bayern to go ahead and beat all those teams. We have to beat all of them, or, 2 of them, to get to the finals, technically. Look, this is assuming we get past Chelsea, because, look, Chelsea could miraculously just score 4 goals at the Allianz Arena and beat this Bayern team that wants to win it so bad. They could do that, but I don't think they will. There's absolutely no chance in hell they do. If they do, I'm deleting this channel. I'm deleting it. Or I can just create a new channel, call it BayernNow, make it the same logo and delete that. You never know. But, we can definitely look at. So let's look at the just the draw list once again. Let's look at that. I think a lot of you will be interested to look at that. So basically, this is what I meant when I said PSG are going to have a tough battle. Because they're coming out 5 months without playing and they're going to go against Atalanta. That's not a good team to really keep you in check. Which is why they could probably get to the finals, but I'm not exactly sure they could do anything else. They also, I mean, Leipzig too with Atletico Madrid. Madrid could win that, but I feel like Leipzig would win that. Who do you think will win between Leipzig and Atletico? I'm actually interested because I think Leipzig will slap up Atletico. I know it sounds very, very demanding for Leipzig, but they could. They're a team that, if you watch them play, they're absolutely amazing. Also, what times are these matches happening? Because it shouldn't be happening on the same day. It should be the 7th and the 9th, like the normal Champions League usually happens. So, I thought it was the 7th. Okay, so Bayern versus Chelsea isn't on. Oh, we're 29 days away from that. Oh, jeez. Isn't that crazy? We're 29 days away from the Champions League. I can wait. I can wait 2 months because this is just, I'm at this point in my life where I know we've waited so long for this to return, and just the sight of it is absolutely amazing. By the way, leave a like on the video. I mean, a lot of people are saying Leipzig, Atletico. To be fair, Leipzig with no Werner is look, this isn't a disrespect to Timo Werner, but he doesn't perform in Champions Leagues for them. Like, you know, you just see how many chances he missed versus Tottenham alone. You know, this guy just loves missing chances in big games. So Leipzig are still going to have a huge say on that. What is everyone's prediction for the final? That is something I want to know. I'm not a Man United fan, George, as you know, but what is your opinion? Oh, Greenwood is cold. I was watching that match yesterday. That was a cold. Oh, that kid is cold. You know, when I was watching, I was like, you know, because I know the Man United squad like the back of my mind. I love Paul Pogba. Like, I'm a Pogba. You know, if you could consider me a player that I would stand up for any second, is Paul Pogba. I think Pogba is one of the most entertaining footballers I've ever watched play. But you know, when it just happened, I was like, it's so normal. The kid just smacks it in, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, he's a baller. Bayern versus Atletico in the final. Oh yeah, well PSG. If Atletico Madrid, they would have to play Atletico, man. Thing with PSG is, you know, this is what I mean when I say people will probably look at the Champions League run and go, oh, you know, they'll probably just underestimate every team. The same way we underestimate everyone else. The same way they're underestimating us. People are going to look at that Bayern team and they'll be like, damn, they'll be scared. Barcelona fans are moaning that they got us. That's what I like. I like hearing that. The same way we moaned about getting Real Madrid is the same way Barcelona fans are moaning about getting us potentially in the quarterfinals. And teams are going to be scared to play that Bayern team, especially the way we play. We lead the charts. We're way ahead of everyone else when it comes to just pressing. But we also average a lot of possession, which tells me this team is energetic. We have an incredible level of fitness. You know, have you seen us play games? I feel like some games we just decide to step off the gas a little bit. And I think we'll see. Bayern versus Atletico. Few people saying that. Bayern versus Barca will be a midfield battle. Who can boss the midfield? Exactly. That's a big question. Is it going to be De Jong or Thiago? Is it going to be Busquets or Kimmich? Is it going to be Pjanic? Well, I was just making it. Arthur or Goretzka. I don't even know who the other midfielder is. That's the sad thing about Barcelona. Or Rakitic or Goretzka. You know, you can pretty much tell who can win the midfield battle. And a lot of these games, a lot of Champions League games are won in the midfield. So if you really want to tell which team can potentially win a game, look at their midfields. Atletico Madrid won that game versus Liverpool. Of course, Llorente, but it was their midfield. Look at the Saul Niguez's, the Thomas Partey's, the Correas. These types of players, they won it because they had 4 midfielders that could be wingers at any moment in the game. 4 midfielders that were willing to track every single run, despite the fact that they could have been 1-0 down at any moment. So that's what I mean. A lot of, Champions League games especially are won in the midfield. You know, your league games are won with the attack, one ball, with the attack, saucing it up. But Champions League games, it's a midfield battle because it's almost like a mental battle. You know, I think we have one of the most complete midfields in the world. I was watching a Kimmich highlight and I'm like, dang, Kimmich is so good. Like, this guy is so cold to everything. I take back everything I said. I still want Kimmich a right back, but obviously I said he was world class in any position. This guy could probably be a striker and be world class. This guy is so intelligent. But what team has our midfield and the balance? You can look at City. City still have I'd say, they still aren't complete with Rodri in there. you still have a feeling that Rodri isn't Fernandinho. Like, Fernandinho last season, this guy was doing everything. He was tackling it. Oh my goodness, this guy could probably just coach tackles for Pep, because I remember watching Fernandinho. This guy was everywhere. But he's been a center back a lot this season, and he slowed down, and there's so much disorganization. And I feel like Man United have beaten City 3 times in the league. That's so not a good record for City. And Man United have had a very unstable midfield for the most part. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, out of the teams that we could potentially face, Napoli's midfield is very decent. They have Allen, there's Zielinski, Fabian Ruiz, very good midfield there. They have a very dominating midfield. But out of all I think we have a very, very tough midfield to beat, because we have the creativity, we have the tackling ability, the physicality in Goretzka. You have everything. I think we have a very complete midfield, and I think a lot of teams they're not gonna want to play us. And I'm not being arrogant. Call me arrogant. I don't care. But I think there's no one that can beat that midfield. We have the best midfield of all time. I think people think they take me too seriously. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Who are underdogs? Who's the underdogs this year? I think probably Atalanta and Leipzig. Those are the Ajaxes of last season. There's always that one team that does too well for what they are. Kimmich can change match anytime. Exactly, that's what I mean. PSG will bottle it against Bergamo, 5-month no football. Bergamo, super shape. Why are you calling him Bergamo? We could just call him Atalanta. So, Atalanta I think Leipzig are. They've shown me against Tottenham. I think people are going to look at Leipzig and be like, yeah, they lost a lot of games and drew a lot of games. But Leipzig are going to want to get as far as possible. Imagine they get to the first Champions League final in their first time in the Champions League knockout round. Oh, jeez. That could happen. But, man, this is tough. This is what I wanted, though. I wanted the tough teams. I did not want us to be playing no Atalanta or Lyon. Well, Lyon would still be. Yeah, I didn't want us playing these types of games. I want us to play the tough teams. That's what Real Madrid have gotten over the last few years when they were in the Champions League. They get a tough team straight away. Bayern, semifinals. But then before that, Juventus or someone. That's what I want. I want that. I want us to be playing tough teams right there. And I think what we lacked a lot, and I don't know why who made these draws, but we'd be playing an Arsenal when they were crap, or a Basel, or some Portuguese team that just barely got past their groups. I don't want that. I want the tough teams, and I like the fact that we had Chelsea. Although you can say, oh, Chelsea's, well, they still gave us a battle, but we just won. And then I want that. I want the battles, man. I want to fight. I want a team that can give us, and especially when we're coming from break. I don't want us playing no Atalanta or or a team that I can think we can win against. I want us playing a team that I'm like, that team's tough. Like, dang. At least if we get knocked out, we can go, we got knocked out to Man City, not Atalanta. Not because you went from Atalanta to Leipzig to Man City. No, I want us to get. I'd rather lose to the toughest team in the first. Like, we lost to Liverpool last year. Fair play. I still don't want to watch the game, watch highlights, because I stayed away from school just to watch that game. But I can't fathom it, man. I just want us getting the toughest teams. Imagine if Atalanta win. Yeah, we can all imagine. I think Atalanta would be harder than Barcelona. Really? No. Come on, man. See, that's the thing. Barcelona, Thiago or Goretzka. I'd say for games we want to control, that are still physical. But I don't know. Thiago is still there for me. I think you can. I don't know. You just have to understand where Thiago is coming from. On the pitch, there's no one that comes close. Oh my goodness. I'm actually looking. I'm actually interested in what happens, man. I think this is gonna be an interesting battle. Especially being a Champions League, man. I think, a lot of Chelsea fans have been saying Bayern wanted to force a rivalry with Chelsea. I don't understand that. That's a rivalry with. I don't know. It's like 2012 is like a personality trait for you. Like Real Madrid. Not Real Madrid. Inter Milan beat Bayern in two. You're acting like you're the only team that's ever beaten us in the final. Man United fans don't come at us. Oh, we beat you in the last. They beat us in a worse fashion than Chelsea did. But you don't see United fans holding on to that, like, because it's not their biggest accomplishment. They don't come at, oh, we won versus Bayern in extra time. It's very annoying. I just think we should drop it. Leave a like on the video, by the way. Let's try and get to 40 likes. I appreciate each and every single person that's watching. What's everyone's thoughts on this? Is this favorable to us? Do you like the fact that we've just picked up some of the toughest run that I've seen in a long while? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Flick won a World Cup. He knows what he's doing. Well, you can always argue that Hansi Flick wasn't actually the manager. He was the assistant manager. But at the same time, he was there to experience what was happening. They do still say he played a big part, but they say that to everyone. All of a sudden, Arteta went from picking up Pep's cones to being all of a sudden the most important person in Pep's coaching team, because he was moving to Arsenal. That's what people do. So we're doing the same thing with Hansi Flick. Technically, he was only the assistant manager, but he still wanted us. Don't sleep on Barcelona. I don't think anyone's sleeping on Barcelona. Barcelona fans are sleeping on themselves. Like I said, Barcelona are third for me because of how good Messi is. I just think you can't look at Messi and underestimate him. So, yeah, you can't bet against Messi sometimes. But at the same time, Bayern will be looking for revenge against a lot of these teams if we were able to play them. I think we'd look for revenge against Barcelona in 2015, the way they beat us. We look for revenge. And the way we have to approach this is we can't think, oh, this is the team we'll play in the final. No, we can do that as fans. We can lose. Last season, I was adamant Bayern would win the Champions League, just as I am now. Yep, if you go watch the older videos from last year, I was adamant. There's videos about how Bayern Munich will win the Champions League, can win the Champions League. I talked about how we'll slap up Liverpool. We didn't. Right, and it's fine. You're just going to get that from me. I'm a real wind-up, aren't I? Hansi was 100% the manager. He was doing the tactics while, and sniffing his balls. That's what he was doing. We all know that. Bayern will win if that happens. Really? Boateng's looking for revenge. And that's the thing, though. Boateng will want to just pocket Messi. And, you can look at motivation. Lewandowski, the reason why I'm so confident this Bayern squad is so motivated for this. Lewandowski played injured versus Chelsea. I was wondering, why would he do that? The game could have been won. He wanted to just do that. Like, he was injured for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? No, he was gone for, Lewandowski could have more goals. He missed, 3 Bundesliga games. But he played because he didn't want to miss a single second. The second leg versus Chelsea was almost back. Yes, no. I think we'd play Chelsea. And then middle of March, I think we were about to play Chelsea again. And then we had one game and then Chelsea, I think. And then the whole thing got cancelled. I think, say Lewandowski 3 times and I will promote. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry, man. You're not buying any subscribers from me. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'd rather just delete the channel. We have a hungry side, and that's the thing. Look, we have. That's what I meant when I said we had X factors yesterday. No team has the amount of individual brilliance we have. Does any team have an Alphonso Davies that can just take the game from left back and create a big chance? Does any team have that type of player? No team does. Does any team have a Serge Gnabry who only performs in big games? This is amazing for Serge. Serge is probably jacking off to these opponents because he's like, yes, I can finally turn up. I can finally have confidence for a game. And that's what I like. I think that's what we have in this team that a lot of teams don't. That big game. Kimmich, I think, scored 2 goals against Real Madrid. Was it 1? I think it was 1. Remember that goal where it was a beautiful play in 2018 and then Kimmich just slaughtered it in right on that near post, but it was so well struck. Kimmich always scores in big games. Spurs, he scored the equalizer. We have players that score in big games like it's a personality trait. And, when you couple that with who also plays, scores in big... Coman, you can... No, but He don't care about big games. Goretzka scores. Oh yeah, Kimmich scored 2 goals against Real Madrid. Yep, not one in 2018. 2. Was it one? No. It was 2 goals. 2 goals in 2 legs for a right back. He was playing right back. He wasn't playing midfield then. Right back. That's what I mean when I say we have big game players. And both of them were brilliant goals. I think, was it that one where there was one where obviously was smashed in, beautiful goal, and then he put one in. Kimmich is amazing. I love Kimmich so much. Kimmich is so cold. Muller scores in big games. Yeah, Muller does score in big games. But, Muller's, there's different types of players in big games. Lewandowski isn't that type of big game player. People expect him to be because they're like, well, he scores goals. Well, Lewandowski's job in big games is to just occupy the center backs, do the hard work, and then you have to have the wingers that infuse themselves. Look at Robin. Mandzukic, I think he got an assist in the Champions League for the... Was it? Yeah. Did Mandzukic get an assist in the Champions League? I'm not exactly sure. But in the final versus Dortmund. But you could see, even in that game versus Barcelona in 2013, the 7-0, Mandzukic in both legs wasn't the scorer. I can't remember. Can anyone remind me Mandzukic got an assist in the final? I'm so satisfied and hyped for the Champions League. Is anyone else just slightly nervous because, waking up? I actually just found these out an hour ago. I woke up an hour ago. That's why. Would you play Süle or Boateng versus Chelsea or Barca? I think a team with pace like a PSG. Well, we can't play PSG. I'd play, but Süle is fast, man. Did you see that? Oh man, I was watching highlights yesterday. That's how I'm gonna survive for the next month. I'm gonna be watching highlights of Niklas Süle. I was watching Lucas Hernandez yesterday. We have some pace, man. We abuse pace. No, yeah. You're right. I think Robin assisted for the first goal. And then I think Mandzukic scored, didn't he? And then Ribery assisted. See, that's what I mean. Your wingers become your primary producers and also scorers in big matches. And you've seen Serge Gnabry. Lewandowski didn't really score the goals. Serge did. Even against Tottenham, where you have center backs that occupy him. And that's where it's so important to just have that. And I think we do. No other team that has that type of wing force that can just produce in big games. A lot of teams just have wingers that are consistent, but never in big games. The Man City was Sterling can't finish. The guy, I don't know how Sterling has 50 goals a season, but he can't finish. And then who produces for City in big games? Well, Mahrez gets shut out. And that's what I mean. And we have Alphonso Davies too on that left hand side. Hopefully this doesn't come back to punch me in the... Well, I don't really give a crap. If we lose, we lose. I'll cry and I'll I won't make videos for a while, but I'll be back. No, that's not how I work. I don't really give a crap that much. If we lose, we lose. If we lose, we lose. We'll see though. We'll see. What if we lose to Chelsea like 5-0? Oh jeez. Oh, they're coming for us. Oh jeez, they're coming for us. Oh Jesus. Oh no. Oh no. I love how Bayern's trending. Like it's almost like people are so afraid to play Bayern. When Chelsea is losing an argument to a Bayern fan. 2012, Werner Havertz. Those are the buttons, baby. And I really am. I'm interested to see exactly what happens in just the last few weeks. Because what if Real Madrid are just flying, and what if City are flying? I don't know exactly. That's what I mean. I want to see. I want to see what happens. And a lot of people are coming at me saying, "Oh, you don't respect." Oh, come on, man. Out of the big 6 in England, they have the most losses. Come on. Like, what do you mean? With all the money they spent, they should be better than that. Pavard would be the problem. Players like Pulisic would destroy him. Well, that's assuming we played these players. But first of all, Pavard will be defensively competent in a lot of these games. Maybe not against a Kylian Mbappe, but not many right backs can be competent against a Kylian Mbappe. But I don't think Pavard will be a problem just because of his pace. I think the defensive structure we have will help, and Benjamin Pavard can actually defend. Stop talking like a fool. We come and discipline Chelsea. Wow. Bayern in this UCL since 2014. Lost in semis to Real Madrid, who became the winners. Lost to semis in 2016. Yeah, we do lose to the winners a lot. I mean, last year we lost to Liverpool, the winners. And the year before that, we lost to Real Madrid, the winners. So, it's just how it is. Let's not lose to a winner again. Let's be the winner ourselves. I think this squad is motivated. I believe in this squad so much. I think some people don't believe in our squad. Oh, nah. I believe in this squad. And I'm going to be freaking 100% arrogant about it. Yeah, we the best team of all time to ever play in the season. Okay? If we win the Champions League, you better believe I'm going to say we're the best team to ever win it. Because technically this is a harder Champions League because it's one leg. We're back to the golden days, aren't we? We're back to the golden days. When will Sula come back? He's back. The guy's training by himself because he's not on vacation. That's what I like. Oh, this is why he's my son, man. That attitude, that's what I like. You see, this is what I mean when I say some players, when they get injured, have a different attitude from others. When Cristiano Ronaldo is injured, Robert Lewandowski, Sula now, when these guys are injured, they're working. They can relapse, but they're working. They're trying to get fit and get match sharp. But when a command gets injured, the guy's just on vacation, chilling with... nah, that's not it, man. Like, I want a different mentality from you. That's why I love Niklas. I love these types of players that can just work harder. Robert Lewandowski is probably doing his ab workout with his bicycle formation again. That's what I want, man. I want this. I like that. UEFA, wow. Jeez. What? Remember when Chelsea fans were saying, oh, we'll beat Bayern. We'll beat Bayern. They were saying that. And then we humbled them in their stadium. And now, after, a few months where I think they've forgotten what happened. They've forgotten exactly what Bayern did to them. It's not that we just beat you. I think we gave them their biggest defeat in their home in the Champions League. That's crazy. But, and it's not like this Chelsea team was just 100% crap or something. This was a team that was actually very good, doing decent. They beat Liverpool, I think, in that same time. Or they beat Liverpool after that. But seriously, y'all need to relax. You need to understand that, you can't just say, oh, I don't like that, man. Stop saying these things. Nah, but there's still a long way to go, isn't there? We keep talking about teams, but what if Napoli just beat Barca? Ah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. A lot of Barca fans are angry. That's the same way I think Bayern fans were at the time. We didn't like me, or just Real Madrid in general. Like that, we don't like me in Real Madrid at all. I don't want to meet Real Madrid because they know how to just bully us. It's not even that they're good. They just get good decisions. One decision and we're that's it. But we're getting towards the end of the stream. Thank you everyone that's tuning in. I do appreciate you. When will George to Bayern for 100 mil happen? I don't know, man. Sounds too good to be true. It's hard to select between Sheila and Boateng. Right. One's more experienced technically. What's up, Root He? How are you doing? Root V, my bad. How are you doing? Okay. I think the final of the UCL will be Bayern versus Barcelona, or Bayern will win 3-2. Really? Are you a punk? We will beat Real Madrid. Wow. Calling me a punk. Okay, well, look. SKB, my man, you have, they call me confident. You have a different level of confidence. You just have a, we will. I'm like, okay, we should and we will. But you have a we will. So, look, I want us to absolutely, look, when we say that, we have to understand that Real Madrid are actually playing well. I mean, City won't want to play Real either. We had injuries. Kante was there. I don't think you would have. Bro, I swear, N'Golo Kate hasn't been good for like 3 years. He hasn't been good since Mauricio Sarabal turned him into a box. Full confident in our team for the treble. I am confident, but obviously there's a bit of realism that, yeah, we could be beaten. But let's remember, we haven't been beaten. Oh God, that would be absolutely sucky. Well, there's a lot of little sentimental things that have happened. For example, the last time we met an English, who did we meet? No, Barcelona was a semi-final, wasn't it? Well, look, let's beat someone. Let's wait. Let's just wait for a month. Let's wait before we get. I mean, maybe. What if some team's just so good? Whoa! What the heck? The UEFA committee has decided to allow 6 new players register for the quarterfinals onwards. All 6 players may have been fielded for another club in a previous round, but only a maximum of 3 can have played for another quarterfinalist. Wait. Oh no, that's the Women's Champions League. I was reading it. I love reading. You know, so City are getting their ban overturned. Well, we all know they cheated, so how are they not getting it upheld? You know, I don't care if you don't, no. We know they cheated. They didn't just become one of the most expensive squads by making the money for it. Yeah, I don't know. They probably just, UEFA, we'll give you 50 million, just take us out. Nah, seriously, I don't get that. They can't. So basically, we know they cheated, man. We know Man City cheated. Just make command runs to Ramos to draw a red card. Oh my God. Oh jeez, we shouldn't underestimate anyone. That's true. Our next match is against Chelsea. We should focus on that. Exactly. That's the most important thing. Realism. The CAS decision comes out on Monday for City. Yeah, they'll probably. I said it. They'll get it overturned, and they would have slipped a few into UEFA's freaking drink just to make sure. Because here's the thing: they cheated. We know they did. We know they. Well, Man City just became one of the most expensive sides of all time. That's my point. They cheated to get where they are because they can't even fill up the whole state. I think their ticket prices are absolutely cheap as heck. No. They can't be this. Oh man, nah. This is mad. But I think it's the end of the stream, or end of the little chat here. Champions League, the Champagne League is back in full fruition. God, let's make sure we win. But thank you everyone so much for watching this. Leave a like on the video. I'm not overconfident. I believe in the squad. Raul's playing good, but City will beat them. Real hasn't played a great team after the Girona break. That's a good point. A lot of these teams haven't played a good team. It's the Champions League. Anything is possible. Don't underestimate no one. Well, that's a Chelsea fan saying that. So, yeah, you did I mean, look, a lot of Chelsea fans, you're not even going to believe this, but a lot of Chelsea fans that I know said, I don't know a lot, I know one, but a lot of them said, yep, Chelsea's going to beat Bayern, right? And then Bayern beat Chelsea, and it was all of a sudden, oh, but you were the better team. So it's just, you don't win with Bayern, do you? You don't win. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san mia, and peace. Nah, it's not 40 minutes yet. Let's make sure it's 4 now playing. Will it be Bayern and Barca again? Hopefully. We need revenge. Boateng needs his revenge. He needs to just serve him some good revenge. Favorite YouTube